Hi, Zeus here. I just won my boss battle to get into level 17 and get the level 17 chest. So I want to show you the combat that led up to that, as well as my tech tree decisions and base design. So I've won 2 in a row, and now I'm trying to get into level 17, and this is my boss battle. So this is a unusual base in that he's got his defensive weapons all spread out across the front of the base and throughout the entire base. I'm going to land 3 heavies, 1 and then 2 to the far right, and then 3 boats of Zookas here. And I'm going to use Iron Will to reduce my losses as my heavies plow through the mines at the beginning. Now, I'm holding in reserve 2 boats of heavies. I put 1 in on a delayed basis, and then the second one in on a delayed basis. And the reason for that is that with all those flamethrowers and machine guns, if I send all the heavies in at the same time, they're going to get chewed up faster, and I need fresh reserves, especially down at the lower edge of the warship and at the very top edge of the warship, so that my Zookas are not being addressed immediately by the troops that are the defenses that I'm going after. And again, it's really important as the heavies die and you're just down to Zookas that you put down health packs almost in anticipation of your Zookas running on mines, because otherwise they're going to die and then your attack's going to fail. And looks like I've won. This is great. And my opponent failed to clear my base, which is getting increasingly common now here up at this very high level of 3-engine attacks with fully developed defenses. So I'm going to open my level 17 chest, and then I'm going to show you my opponent's battle, and then the other 2 battles leading up to this boss battle win. So here is my opponent for my boss battle, and this is my base. You'll notice that I've got sort of a path that forces my opponent's troops to do kind of a loop through the base with that gap there. Now they can go after the gap by doing what this guy's doing. He's throwing down a group of heavies and Zookas behind him so that he can get at the lower engine area. But in the meanwhile, his upper level people have failed because he lost all his heavies, and then the Zookas got chewed up by the 2 machine guns and the mortar that's up there. And running over mines isn't really going to help his last few Zookas. So anyway, he saw that I won, and he knew he wasn't going to clear the base, so he retreated. Okay, here's my battle right before this boss battle that I won. And again, I land 3 boats of heavies, and then a 4th boat of heavies on a delayed basis to shield my Zookas. And I'm using Iron Will as needed as my heavies progress through the base so that the mines don't do as much damage. And this attack's going really well. A little bit scared there on the top with the machine gun addressing all my Zookas. Threw down a mine, a health pack rather, to avoid the mines. And this flare here is pretty clutch because it avoided running over 2 mines when I don't have any energy, and also being hit less by the machine gun as I was using just Zookas at the end there. This is my opponent attacking my base, and he did not clear the base. He landed 3 heavies and 3 Zookas here with brick Iron Will, and then a boat of heavies and Zookas to go after the lower engine. but he's gonna have a tough time up at the top there because he's down to like 2 heavies, and he missed his health pack on the Zookas, and that mortar behind the machine gun is just gonna rock his Zookas. And meanwhile, his attack on the bottom is nearly fizzled. He's down to his brick, who can actually probably clear what's left there, except that he didn't flare around the boom on the other side of the engine. Well, he did it the hard way. All right, well, anyway, he retreated when he saw that he wasn't going to win. Okay, here is my second to last attack on opponent. Now, this guy's got a bunch of mines there in a row. And again, Iron Will is going to deal with that really well so that they don't tremendously deplete my troops. And then I've got a boat of heavies here on a delayed basis to go after that last group of mines. And they get there just ahead of the Zookas, which is pretty cool. And again, Iron Will is helpful to work through the remaining defenses without losing all the heavies. And while that mortar, like with my base, rocked some of my Zookas, but I got enough through that I'm in good shape. And a couple MVP Zookas took out that boom cannon before the bulk of my troops got there. So that was a pretty cool win. Here is my opponent coming after my base. He's got 3 boats of heavies, 3 Zookas, and Iron Will again. One key point is the way I've got those 2 mortars just behind the landing area forces my opponents to put shocks down in them. Otherwise, they're going to lose a lot of Zookas on the beach. Now this is cool. This is a reef flare here, and now he's sending in his last boat of heavies and Zookas a little bit late, and they're just going after the one open headquarters engine rather. Not sure about that. I wouldn't have gone after the top engine first if I was him. I would have gone after them sequentially from the bottom, but anyway. So he fizzled. All right, let's go and take a look at my TechTree options here with my new chest for level 17. I could open up, I could raise the shock bomb, which is going to be really important once we get to 4 engines. So I'm going to start building that up. Troop health would be really helpful because my troops are dying frequently getting through these high-level bases. Could bump the mortar, could bump the boom mine, could bump the gunboat energy. And again, as we get into 4 engines, critters are going to be really super important. Most people are crittering out with a shock at least 1 base to get a faster time. And this is a little preview of what's ahead. So anyway, I think the troop health is the way to go with this particular chest, and I've got enough to bump the shock bomb up to the next level, which I think is going to be really helpful at 4 engines. Also now because the shocks will last longer, which will help keep my troops, my heavies, alive longer. So my priority at this point is bumping the shock bomb. And I'll probably build some extra tokens just in reserve, so when I make the transition to 4 engines, I'm good. And also I think the gunboat energy I need to build up. So with that win, I got all the way up to 119 on the US leaderboard. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And thanks as always to Hercules for the video editing.